Hello, this is Monica the Creative Beast with another question asked by a regular cogster at my creative online gathering. This question came from Pam DeLucci of Dog-Eared Journals on Instagram. And her question is, what are some mixed media projects you have done? I'm doing things with fabric and paper collage and looking for inspiration. Oh my goodness, what haven't I done? There's so many mixed media projects I've done. I do mail art postcards, and I am planning on doing a lesson on those pretty soon. And let's see, so that will involve a lot of paper ephemera that I spoke to in a previous question. I do art journaling, which uses paper collage. When I do my art journals, I tend to work with paper a lot, as well as a little bit of paint, and ink and doodles. Bookmaking is another mixed media project because I'll use lots of different paper from different sources, vintage papers, new scrapbook papers, or I might make some painted papers for pages or covers of my mixed media books. But one thing that I am starting to do that I actually did before is working with toilet roll books. And while we're in this pandemic time and toilet paper shortages, I recently railed on my personal Facebook page that people are hoarding and taking up my art supplies by hoarding all the toilet paper. But I've actually been saving a lot of toilet rolls before this happened, so I have a stash, it's okay, but there we are. But I have actually been flattening most of those toilet rolls to make books, and this is actually one of the early ones I started, and I seem to have a habit of starting a project in a form, and then I'll finish it with something else. So what I had done was I had taken some of these and I painted them. So I added some gesso. You can kind of see a little bit of white gesso. And then I was using what is actually a sort of chalk paint on these. And I painted a little bit on the inside. Okay, so I did that with these three. And then one day I hit on this idea, hey, why don't I use the paper towel roll for a cover? So this was meant to go with these, and I think I have some paper to play with for some paper collage and then allow the paint to show through. But what happened later was I started working with that, and I had a friend over. We were doing some crafting at the holidays, and I would share some self-discovery exercises. So I showed her how to make a toilet roll book. Now, I didn't show her the toilet roll, the paper towel cover. She just had her pages that she put together, and I have some photos of that, of her book. But I did do the paper towel roll. I covered it, and you can see like I had some paper that I kind of painted because I chose a color scheme of green, orange, and pink. And I have lots of fibers because I'm also a knitter, so I thought I would tie this book together. She brought a really lovely piece of scrapbook paper that had all these beautiful butterflies, so we fussy cut a bunch. So she had 3 pages with 3 different butterflies. I fussy cut this one that would go with my book. So there's some rubber stamping here, and then I wrote some things, more rubber stamps, some washi tape, fibers, finally glued that in place. I have all these pages which also have tags in them. There's an M for my name. And so I was inspired by a woman named Kiala Givehand. She was doing a book a day on Instagram. No, on YouTube. I found her like 2014 actually, and eventually started working with her, and now I'm a guest teacher in her quill pen paint course. So she did a toilet roll book, and she had linked to somebody that she had seen doing a toilet roll book. So I was looking at those videos. I've seen other people share videos. So I like paper a lot, so I just wound up really covering with paper, but I will work with paper to finish this one eventually. And I'm thinking I might turn this into an e-course soon because it's a fun book to make and there's different ways to do it. And so I did one hole here, but I would not recommend doing this. So I was mentioning earlier during our creative gathering before I answered these questions that I seem to rush in where fools fear to tread, and I do things that you probably shouldn't be doing. And then I realize in the thick of it, oh, okay, now I see why I shouldn't be doing it that way. Because if you're trying to do a hole punch in the middle of this, most hole punches, single hole punches, won't go all the way into the middle. And if you try and do it folded, then you're going through all this thickness, this layer, and these two layers. And this is easier. This part is easier, but this cover part, not so easy. I won't put anybody through that. So unless you got a Japanese screw punch, maybe, or a really strong arm guy who can do the hole punching for you, it's just better to do the 2 holes on each end. But yeah, so this is something I'm doing, and somebody on Instagram called the Face Spotter, he shares pictures. If you see a face in something, like you see a face in a doorknob, you see a face in a radiator, you see a face in, you know, something on the street, right? You take a picture, you submit it, tag Renee at the Face Spotter on Instagram, and he shares the faces. And this phenomena has a name. It's pareidolia, which is an interesting word. It's when you see faces and things. So it's a really fun Instagram account. And apparently somebody recently did something and he shared it. And now he's like, hey, tag me with this tag and show me your toilet roll art. So people are using the toilet roll and making characters. Somebody actually like pushed and pulled and prodded and made actual sculptural faces with the toilet roll, which are amazing. So yeah, I was like, oh, well, maybe I've seen other people use toilet rolls and paper towel rolls. They make these printables that you can color and you just kind of glue it on, you make a character. And I've been thinking of playing with that a little. And then I thought, oh, and I've seen this idea and I've seen that idea. So I might be doing a different kind of a fun, simple e-course called Toilet Roll Toys. So follow my Teachable course for that, or sign up for my email so that you'll get notifications. And my email list gets advance notice, and they also will be getting advance opportunities to be an early student and get it at a discount. So yeah, so I'm thinking of some toilet roll toys. Because, you know, it's paper, it's recyclable, it shouldn't be thrown out. I am definitely somebody who's all about using everything that you have and being resourceful, or as Brad Bird from Pixar has called it, using every part of the buffalo and leaving nothing to waste. It's kind of a funny saying, use every bit of the buffalo, but I think he was also referencing Native American philosophies that, you know, if you're going to go out and kill the animal to keep your tribe fed, then you honor the animal, you honor what you've killed, you leave nothing behind because it is wasteful. You use the hide, you use the skin, you use the innards, you use the parts, make tools with things, make goods and useful items with the skin. If there are horns, then you use them for something. So it's yeah, I mean, since I was a kid, I've also been kind of environmentally minded. So yeah, I'm all about recycling everything. So my studio, while this looks nice and organized and tidy in this little area, everything else is like, oh my God, there's so much stuff, because I'm always trying to recycle something. I hate throwing things away because as an artist, I see the potential. Oh, this could be this, and that could be something else, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it gets a little crazy, but there are a lot of people who are also doing recycled projects and not being so wasteful. So it's all a good thing. And yeah, so that's the thing I'm into right now, is playing mixed media with toilet rolls. So thank you for that question, Pam. I hope that answered the question. I hope all of you watching had fun hearing the answers to this question. I hope you guys were inspired to do something and recycling something at home, using some book pages for art maybe, or saving them to make your own little books. Save the toilet rolls. If you're going to be hoarding, please do something with the toilet rolls, okay? Because the rest of us now, we don't have them, thanks to you hoarders out there, whoever you are. So yeah, so stay tuned for more Q&A with me, Monica the Creative Beast. and I'll see you again next time.